Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to an RN's Life. This is Deanna. I'm glad everyone is back and tuning in. Sorry it took so long, guys. I've been really busy. And we are back with the Psychology of Men Part 4. Now, let me just say before I'm going to dive right in, but let me just get this out there. In the comment section, there is a link for Therapeutic Listener. Myself and some colleagues of mine have teamed up with Helpful Assist, and we are therapeutic listeners. You can book a call to speak with me. You can ask for me specifically, Deanna, or anyone else will take a call. And what a therapeutic listener is that you can call in to book a call and you could talk about whatever you want. You could use this time, you could book a 30-minute call or an hour call, and you could use this time to either vent about something you want to vent about, if you want advice, if you need an opinion, or if you just wanted to let go of something that you've been holding on to that you can't tell your family and friends, and you just need to get it out. Because everybody has something about themselves that they want to get out, and they don't want to tell their friends and family because it's just either it's embarrassing to you or you just don't want them to know. So we've teamed up with Helpful Assist because we believe that since 2020, everybody's mental health is a little off. And sometimes you just need a little guidance. It's not helpful. The therapeutic listening call, you can vent, like I said, get an opinion, um, get some advice, and also if you need a higher level of care or you need assistance, then we can help set you up with some additional help if that's what you need. The staff there are all licensed professionals, therapists, nurses, and they all have signed NDAs and they were all aware of HIPAA. So all calls are confidential and private. You don't have to use your real name. And we've been doing pretty good with some calls. I've had a few calls so far, and it's been really good. Like people have stated that we've helped them and stuff like that. I want to put some reviews up here. I guess I'll put them on the website or whatever, some reviews that we're going to be getting in from people that have used the service. But it's a really good service because people don't realize that you really need to talk to somebody sometimes. You just really do. And a therapeutic listener is good with that because it's not therapy. Because, some people, they might not be ready to sign on for therapy, but it's something that can get you familiar with it or get you to start to open up. And maybe you might need therapy. Who knows? You don't know until you try. Some people don't even know that they're depressed. They don't know until they talk to somebody. You could be walking around depressed and don't even know it. Don't even know that you're walking around in a depression. So again, it's a good idea to book a call. So I'm gonna stop with this. I done gave about a good 3 minutes. So let me move on. We're doing part four. I'm gonna give you that now, guys, and then I'm going to give you Seek and Destroyers this week, and then we're moving on to the psychology of women and men. You're going to love that because ladies, I've been doing this doing the psychology of men for you guys. So now it's time for the men to have their part. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to be, um, I'm going to be telling the truth here. I'm not, this is all generalized. It's not based on any, culture or whatever. It's a generalization. That's it. Generalization. That's the word. So that's what it is. So let's get into part four. Let's get this done, and then we're going to move on to the next set. I'm going to be getting once I meet the requirements to go live on YouTube, I'm going to get a panel of men to come on here so we can revisit the Psychology of Men series. So, ladies, you can start hearing some other things. So, make sure you have your notifications on and everything because that is coming down the pike. So that when that happens, you'll be notified. And I'll put it up on the community wall when I do that because that's important. And then, men, I'm going to do one for you as well with women. And I'm going to have different types of women as having different types, as also having different types of men. And when I say different types, I mean I'm just not going to have one race or one. I'm gonna have somebody representing. I'm gonna have mix it up so that we're getting views across the board, so that everybody is hearing what's going on out here. All right, let's jump right into it. All right. One of the things that I said I was going to bring up in part four that I mentioned in part three is why men leave their first wives and girlfriends. Okay, very simple. I think you may have figured it out by now by the time we got to this point. Men who leave their first wives and girlfriends is very simple. You're not their dream girl. It's not, it's just that simple. Men who marry their dream girl, they not going nowhere. They love that woman to the grave. And that's what it is. And see, that's the hard part. See, a lot of us, we get in relationships thinking that this person is the one, and they turn out not to be. And not only, when I get to the psychology of women, we'll get to that about men. But as far as men are concerned, they, if they're not marrying their dream woman, they're not going to do that great by you, because you're not fulfilling them. And see, one thing about men, they can decompartmentalize, because what did I say before? Men are lovers of themselves. And because they are lovers of themselves and they can decompartmentalize, they can get into a relationship with you. They can marry you, have children with you, and everything. And then next thing you know, they cheating 90 going north. And next thing you know, there's a side chick, side baby, and all kinds of mess. And it's because you weren't the one. That's just it. That's just it in a nutshell. You weren't the one. So, men do that. And men will do that. Men could be married for 10, 15, 20 years and don't like their wives or their girlfriends. And they can fake it. I mean, you see it, 90 Day Fiance. It's on television. Those people, though the men can fake it better than the women. The women on 90 Day Fiance, because we're emotional, after a while they can't take it and they start getting emotional. But the men, they ride it out. They don't like them. Most of those men don't even like those women. Most of them don't even like them. They can't even stand to look at them. But they want to get to America and get that golden green ticket. So they know how to decompartmentalize, and they know how to act like they into you. Because a good example of that is, I don't know if anybody's watched 90 Day Fiance and is familiar with Pedro and Chantel on there. They're a black couple. She met him. She's the American. They met in the Dominican Republic. And when they first came on the show, I myself, along with other people, really believed that he was really into her. I thought that he was. He didn't seem, it seemed real to me. Well, shit, it's 7 years later. He done left her and off doing whatever. And the reason for it, and he's talking about the reason why he want to get a divorce, because she don't cook and clean. What? The house ain't dirty. She's a nurse and he's a real estate agent. So you mean to tell me that y'all can't afford a housekeeper for 2 days a week to come in and do the heavy cleaning? Like, are you for real? And for him to say he divorcing her because she don't cook and clean, she didn't cook and clean the whole time they've been together. Because when they was on the show, I ain't never see her ass cook nothing. All I saw her do was heat up something. All I ever see her do was heat up pizzas, frozen pizzas. That's what I see her do. So she's never been a cooker. She's never been that. She's a pretty girl, but she's never been a cooker. So I don't know where he got that from. So that just shows you that he was in it for the green card, because you divorced her over some cooking and cleaning when they just moved into a brand new six-figure home. I think it was 6 bedrooms. I think she said they had 6 bedrooms and 3.5 baths or something like that. So y'all just bought a house for that kind of money. I mean, a big house like that, only to get divorced because she don't cook and clean. Like I said, he didn't want to be with her, and some of the things that he was saying, he acted like she cheated on him. That's how he acted, but that's not the case, because we all know men will tell it to the they'll tell it the guy. Listen, they will go to the rooftops and scream when their woman cheats on them. So no, she didn't do that. So that's why I said that's crazy. But just to use that as an example, Men can do that. He was with her for 7 years. And he acted like he really loved her and they were in this great relationship. No, no, they broke up. And I don't know if that relationship was real or not because it is television. I'm just using it as an example that men can do that, that they will be with women, they will marry them, have children and everything. And as soon as they have their big man on campus moment, or as soon as their dream girl comes along, they are gone. That's why they leave their first wives and girlfriends for those first wives and girlfriends that are doing what they're supposed to do. Because, of course, men leave when, women are doing, things they're not supposed to do. But if you're a woman holding it down like you're supposed to, and then this man wants to, do his thing, then you weren't his dream girl. Because that's exactly why men leave first wives and girlfriends. Look at Kevin Hart when he got put on, what he do? Get rid of his wife and found him a half Asian, half whatever she is. I don't know what she is. I don't know if she's half white, half Asian, or half black and half Asian. I don't know what she is, but that's what she did. Look at Ray J. He was with Tierra Marie, and as soon as he gets a little bit more money, who does he get? Princess. Princess is a beautiful girl. I mean, they're both women are beautiful women. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying this is what men do. They leave, look at all of them. As soon as they get what they strive for, they cash in wives, unless you're their dream girl. But then there's also this other thing. It depends on the man. Because what's his name? Magic Johnson ain't getting no divorce. Too much money. I don't know about some of these other celebrity couples like Jay-Z and Beyonce. They're not getting no divorce. Too much money. So with certain things that men are not going to divorce their wives, it's too much money. But when you look at us average folk, let's bring it back average folk. Let's leave the celebrities out of it because we can't go by them. They crazy. But for the average people, that's what men usually do. Let's make it average. Let's say that you're dating a guy and he's going to school to be a doctor, and you guys been dating, and let's say that you work, say at Walmart. So let's say you've been working at Walmart, he's in medical school, y'all are, you're working overtime and extra shifts to help pay the bills because he's doing residency, getting paid peanuts, and he has to work. So as soon as he becomes a doctor and everything is clear and he's getting his first real job and the six figures are about to roll in, next thing you know, he left you for nurse big butt that work on the third floor because he been talking to nurse big butt the whole time he been working. So once he become a doctor, he's always wanted nurse big butt ever since he noticed her when he first started doing his residency at the hospital. So once he saw her, then you're out. You just didn't know it yet until he got to where he wanted to get to. Then once he got in good, then all of a sudden he wanted to come home and have a talk with you. And all of a sudden he had to leave because he can't take it no more. He don't feel the same because he done met Nurse Big Butt and that's his dream girl. So now he got to go because that's what they do. So that's what I'm saying. Women, you have to pay attention. Now, men do this. Let me see. Another thing that I brought up too that I wanted to give another example when I was telling women to not disclose to men any traumas that you've had in your life or anything that you feel is traumatic because they will throw it back up in your face. And I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you told your man that you have issues with trust because every man you've ever dated has cheated on you. So when you tell him, listen, I'm working on my trust issues because every man I've ever dated cheated on me, then when this one cheats on you and you don't know if he cheated on you, but your girlfriend called you and told you that he cheated on you, he going to tell you, well, babe, listen, you got trust issues, and I don't know why you listening to your girlfriend. And see, this is why we're having difficulties in our relationship. Now, you said you've been having these problems, and I'm trying to work, hang in here with you and work with you. I love you. I would never hurt you. I don't know why you can't see that. I don't know. Come here, come here. Let me just give you a hug and this and that. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. There, he's going to turn around and use it against you. You cannot tell a man your traumas. Save it for your therapist. That's what if you have traumas or you need to talk to somebody, book a therapeutic listening call or get a therapist But don't tell a man about your traumas because he's just going to turn it around and use it on you. That's all he's going to do. Because again, men are lovers of themselves and they always want to make sure that things turn out in their favor. So you got to remember that. So that's why it's important for you not to be telling men your traumas. Now, we spent 3 videos actually going over the psychology of men, and I basically kind of gave you the basics. And what I'm going to do is, I have other videos coming out about different behavior in men that you need to look out for. Like, I have the Seek and Destroyer coming out. I have the cycle of abuse coming out. I have that one coming out. So I'm not going to continue to, I think I pretty much gave you a lot about what's going on with men. And then when I add in a couple more. Now, let me go into what type of men make for the best husbands according to research and why. The best men that a group of men that are the marrying type that are good for marrying are blue collar men. And let me explain. Especially your construction workers, your plumbers, your electricians, your bricklayers, your masonry men, coal miners, you know, mechanics, these men. I don't know if I don't know if police and fire they in blue collar. I wouldn't police if police and firemen are in blue collar, then not them, not them. I'm talking about men that work with their hands, and I'm not talking about IT men. I'm talking about men that are in the construction business, home remodeling, that kind of thing. Men that build. Those are the men, and I'm going to tell you why. Men who can make things with their hands, who can build things that are really good with their hands, and that's their job, that's their work, that's their business, that's what they do all day. The men that get up at 4 a.m. with the Tims and the ladders and the F-150s and the 4x4s and the construction hats and all and the vests, yeah, them. And those men, they have a mindset that is different than your men that sit in the office. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying they have a different mindset. So I'm going to get to that. Their mindset is different than men that work in an office, influencers, men that don't use their hands. Let's just say that. Men whose work is with their hands and men whose work is not with their hands. There's a difference. Men that work with their hands that can build, they know, they know, they are very confident and they know that they can make money anytime, anywhere. And the reason for that is because their hands. They have the confidence that other men don't have as far as making money because those type of men, they know all they need to do. They got if they don't have no money, let's start with the man with no money. Let's start with that. He could get some flyers made up. He could do that on a computer. He can go to Staples or whatever, run off 100 copies, pay, I think what copies are what, 10 cent or something like that or whatever. So he could run off a few copies or whatever, or finesse a girl to go to work and run off some copies for him. He can put them flyers all over the neighborhood and get him some handyman work. He know how to do something. He can get jobs off of them flyers alone. He could do that. So it's so many things. Now that's on the low end. On the high end, the sky is the limit. Women, I've been hearing these conversations on YouTube and social media about high value men, high earning men, and women who want men that are millionaires and this and that. Listen, listen, listen. Y'all sitting up here chasing dreams. Y'all need to get on social media. Now, I'm not saying there's not women out there that can't meet men that are millionaires. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the average woman, we talking about me, you who listening to this video, and your girlfriends, my girlfriends, we average. So the average woman, you're going to meet the average man. And when I say average, within your group, let's be real here. I'm a nurse. So whoever I'm going to be with, they're going to be on my level or above. I wouldn't date a man who is working at Walmart. I'm too old for that. And I wouldn't, because where would I meet somebody like that? I don't even go to Walmart. I'm not a Walmart person. I go to Target. So, all right, let's say Target. I wouldn't date a man that works at Target, not because I think he's beneath me, but it's just that's not where I am in my life. So, me dating a man that works at Target, unless he has some other things going on for himself, I can't date a man that works at Target because I make significantly more than him. So, because of a man's nature, he's not going to be happy with me, because for him to come into my world, he can't afford my world. If he works at Target and he has nothing else going on for him and he's renting some small apartment somewhere, he can't be a part of my world because he can't keep up. He can't pay a restaurant bill. He can't go on vacation because the vacations I go on, it costs thousands. I don't go on vacations, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. I'm just saying, when I plan a vacation, I plan a nice big vacation. And when I go, I spend the money to go well. Because if I'm going to work hard, I'm going to play hard. So I'm not going to go bargain basement on a vacation. I'm going to five-star places. That's what I'm going to do. And he can't afford that. So that's going to affect his ego and his masculinity. So I'm not going to do that. So again, we have to stay what is in our world. And blue collar men, they they have a confidence about them as far as earning money that is different than other men, because they know they have a confidence about them that is through the roof because of the fact they got it going on. And also, these men, they go out early in the morning with all their equipment and all their stuff. And they work around men all day. They work in different various weather conditions or different types of conditions. And they come home, they work long hours. They go out early, they come in 6, 7, 8 o'clock. They work long 12, 13, 14 hour days, and they want to come home to something soft. They want a woman at home. They want their kids. They want that when they come home. When they leave out and it's dark outside and they out all day and they're out banging this and pulling this and drilling this and getting dirty and whatever they're going through, when they come home, they want a hot meal, a hot woman, and their kids. That's what they want. Those type of men, they want women at home. So if you're the type of woman that you want to be a stay-at-home wife, that's your man. That's your man. My advice to you is start checking out conventions, the plumbers conventions, electrician conventions, whatever. Find you one of those men. And they also make for good husbands. They're good family men, because I can't explain it, but those type of men are family men. And it's probably because they their masculinity is intact. A lot of them, their masculinity is intact. They know what they need to do. They're the providers. They build with their hands. So they're at the top of the masculinity chain. Now, I'm not saying other men can't be masculine. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying because if you're not a plumber or electrician, you're not at the top of your masculinity. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for women, if they want to get married, these men are more prone to have stay at home wives than other types of men. And I'm telling you the reason why. Because this is their mindset. Their mindset is they can provide because their two hands can provide it. That's why. So when you could take your two hands and you can build something, fix something, make something, that's your business right there. You'll always have money. And that's what it is about men like that. They have that mindset. And those type of men, they want women at home. If you start looking around at any plumbers you know, electricians, construction workers, and see if they're married and what kind of home life they have. How many times have they been married? Because a lot of them, they could have first and second wives. That's possible. But for the majority of them, they usually have the same wife. And like I said, there are second wives sometimes. That's true, but they're still married though. These men want to marry. That's the difference. They don't like being alone because after being gone all day working like that, they don't want to come home to an empty spot. They want to come home to a soft woman. That's what they want to come home to. And they want to come home to a hot meal, a cold beer. That's what they want. They want to come in, take a shower, cold beer, hot meal, play with the kids for a few minutes, talk with the kids. Then they want to get in the bed with you. That's all they want. They'll give you the world if you could give them peace. Those type of men, they want a meal, a beer, the bed, and peace. That's what they want. Because they got all day to be out in the world. And when they come home, that's what they want. Because that's what they work for. They work to come home to something soft and a hot meal, warm bed, loving wife. That's what they want. So, ladies, I'm going to close out this Psychology of Men Part 4 with that because I got some other stuff coming up that can help you guys too down the line. So I don't really need to go into more about the psychology of men. I'm just going to close out with that. So for you single women who want to get married, who want to stay at home and raise children, start focusing your direction. If you're not already dating somebody, I'm not telling you to break up with any man right now and go run to do this. What I'm saying is start looking at and I'm gonna tell you something, ladies, those men make damn good money. Now I don't know about y'all, but when the last time one of these repairmen came to your house, how much you had to kick out? Because I know I did. I had a repairman come to my house for a total of 20 minutes, and I had to pay $150 for 20 minutes. So they make good damn money. And I had some work done in my house that cost me 8 grand. And it didn't look like 8 grand worth of work to me because the materials didn't cost that much. What cost was the labor. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. These men make money. And especially these men that work like these linemen, these men that work on them poles and all, woo, they make money. You hear me? So that's why I said don't sleep on those men, ladies. Don't sleep on them. So I'm going to close this one out because we're almost up on 30 minutes. And I'm going to get Seek and Destroyer ready for you. That's a good one. I just wanted to make sure I closed out part 4 because I did say I was bringing you part 4. And I'm going to close this one out. Again, don't forget the links in the comments section. Therapeutic Listener. Um, I have a couple ebooks down there too. If you're interested, Are You Born a Boss? That's a good read. And what's the other? Preventing Scars. How to Recognize an Abuser. I got those down there. And let me see, those are the ones I got. So, okay, guys, I'm closing this one out and I'm going to get your Seek and Destroyer ready to put that up this week. So, look out for that one this week. That's a good one. I don't know if I'm going to have a two-parter for that yet because I've not finished it yet, but it's a possibility that Seek and Destroyer might be a two-parter. I don't know. But I'm working on it and I'll see how far I get with it because again, like I said, I don't want to go over 30 minutes. So let me close this one out. Guys, you have a great one, and I will talk to you soon.